Howdy, howdy. How are y'all going? Welcome back um, to another video. It is currently the 2nd of June. Fucking 2nd of June. It's 4 minutes past 5 p.m. in the afternoon. It's a Sunday. It's a fucking lovely Sunday here in Townsville. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful day here. Nice productive day. Did some cleaning, did some shopping. Prepping for the week. Yeah, it's going to be a good week. Talked to a few friends. Had a nice chat to my mate from Brizzy today. So we received some really nice messages. Actually, I think that probably inspired this video today. I had received a nice message from a friend. We used to live together. I used to live with him. He just messaged me and just said how much he appreciated our friendship, which was fucking nice. Kind of out of the blue, but yeah, it really meant a lot to me. We used to have these long conversations about fucking masculinity and manhood and purpose and just all different topics, from spiritual to political, and we used to have these whiskeys and we just talk and talk and talk, and it was. There's a few times I've drunk with him and he's mentioned it, but yeah, it meant a lot to him, meant a lot to me. So beautiful. Yeah, good times. I don't know why I said beautiful, but it was a really nice text to receive. I've got a poem today. It's called "The Manly Life" from Henry Van Dyke. I think we've mentioned him before. I think he was at American. I forgot exactly what he specialized in, but I think he was political, and he did a few inspirational stories and poems. So this is one of his poems. The Manly Life is from, or is known as Four Things. Four things a man must learn to do if he would make his record true: to think without confusion clearly, to love his fellow men sincerely, to act from honest motives purely, to trust God and heaven securely. I'll read that one more time before I close up. But yeah, I just wanted to reflect on masculinity just a tiny bit, only because I think that's such a that's one of the topics that I enjoy talking about the most. I go through real phases where I'm just all about masculinity, and I think as a man, it's something that has helped me mature a lot, is trying to figure out exactly the type of man I want to be for my family and for myself. You know, and I think that's something that all men encounter at some point in their life, is exactly how you're going to navigate this life, being who you are and what are you going to prioritize and what you're not. And yeah, those conversations that I had, not just with the mate that texted me, with all my friends, we talk about it, and it's good. Like, we have opposing views. Some things that they value, some things that I value are very, very different. But I think one thing that I appreciate about my friendships is that we can have these types of conversations. Usually it's not some fucking therapy session and people are fucking crying and whatnot, but it's usually over a drink, and we're just talking about these things that definitely relate back to masculinity, and I like it a lot. And from just on reflection of the poem, we're talking about fucking your relationship with your God, your motives, how you treat others around you, and how you think of yourself. It's yeah, I don't know. It always it has a special place in my heart, those conversations, even this topic, because I found out a lot about myself when I looked, through the eyes or the lens of masculinity, because it touched, so I had to face a lot of fears that I didn't, or I tried to avoid, and I had to have some honest conversations with myself. And it's crazy, like, you think about like when I have these conversations with my friends, it's always interesting to me that like I see other men around me, other people like who are a bit older, or a lot older, and like they haven't, like you just see like that they haven't figured it out yet, or not figured it out, but they haven't had these conversations, or they haven't, like they're not interested in it, and which is fair, which is fair enough. Like it's not something that everyone's interested in or is willing to explore, but I'm so glad that I did, and I'm so glad that I have a bunch of mates, family and mates. I keep talking about my mates, but I have these conversations with my family as well, and that in itself is a completely different conversation as well. But especially with my friends, it's just so nice that I've got a group of mates that that not only appreciated the conversation, but that that want to have these talks. It's always nice. It's always nice. But yeah, I'll read it one more time. I don't really talk about masculinity too much, or like a poem focused on masculinity, but I'll read it one more time and then I'll wrap it up. The manly life. 4 things a man must learn to do if he would make his record true: to think without confusion clearly, to love his fellow men sincerely, to act from honest motives purely, to trust in God and heaven securely. Throw my hands up. Deuces. I'll see you guys tomorrow.